What's going on, everyone? Dwayne here from NorCal Nerf Club, and real glad to say today is the day I get to do the spring upgrade on my brand new Adventure Force Liberator. If you saw my review on this blaster, you'll know it definitely does need it. We ended up with just an average of 67.3 feet per second, and that's just not going to cut it for me. We're going to need to do something about it, but that's why we do modifications on these, just to make them a bit better. And that's our goal here today. That's exactly what we're going to do. Before we get into all that, though, I wanted to address a couple of things that I realized after spending some time with this blaster, after doing my review. You know, when you see an unboxing or a review, that's a lot of times people's just first impressions of a blaster and the first things that they see about it. After spending a little bit more time with it, I realized a couple of different things I wanted to point out to you guys. One thing, this has a tack rail on it. I didn't really talk about that because the other ones, my other ones that I have from Adventure Force have the, the Powerball and the Titanium, both have a hopper up there, so they don't have any rail or anything. So you can put a rail, put a camera on there, you can put, whatever you want on there, red dot, whatever. But this is one thing I really wanted to talk about. See, now when you prime the grip back there, okay, and you have the door here, and you have to move the door back. Now that door is important because that relaxes the spring there, okay? I mistakenly called this a D prime button in the review, and it's not a D prime button. The D prime button is actually over here on this side of the blaster, and you need something small to kind of press on that. Just a pen, screwdriver, something like that. This is more like, this one is a little reset button for this flap right here, okay? Sometimes it gets locked in the wrong place. This will be pushed down, and see, it'll be in the wrong place. And it'll do that sometimes, and you're not loading any rounds, and it won't fire. Also, when you load rounds into this, it seems that it's real important that you not only open this, but you have to close it too. If you push the grip forward, it'll do it for you. But for some reason, then it doesn't do it correctly, and the first times it won't fire. Okay, so you have that there. The other thing is when you load more than 2 rounds into this blaster, you can't top off. You can't load any more into it, okay? See what I'm saying? Okay, if I would just, here, let me put a fourth one in there, okay? And then I can slide this, slide that forward, okay? It is important, okay? And then it's ready to fire now, okay? Now, if I prime that back, I've only got 3 rounds in there, so I want to top off. You got 3 rounds left, you want to top off. Pull the door open, you can't. See? See how that round's sitting in there? Okay, you can't get in there and just squeeze another round in there. Once those are slid forward and that flap's there, you can't put any more in there. That's kind of a strange thing, okay? The little bit of advantage that you can do with this, though, is load 3 in there, okay? Then fire off 1, pull that back, open the door, and now there's 2 down there, okay? They're already up there. One's ready to go in the chamber and one's sitting right there, okay? So you can now load 10 more. So you can potentially have 12 in this. That's one advantage of the system, but man, like I was talking about in the review of this blaster, I like to top off any blaster that I have that I can top off really easy, my Hades, things like that. Yeah, if you've got more than 3 in there, you can't top off at all. You need to fire them out of there before you can put anything else in there. So that's just a weird little thing, little strange thing, and something for you to be aware of about this blaster, okay? But let's go ahead and, did I have any left in there? Okay, now, those are all empty and everything, and just like I said, just addressing those issues. Today, we're gonna take this apart. We're also gonna lose that safety on here. Okay, yeah, don't need it. We're just going to completely remove it off there. Not that I think it's awkward or anything, but I just don't need it. It's just not necessary, and it's kind of in the way. So we're going to get rid of that too. But let's go ahead and get all the screws out of this, take a look at what we've got inside and how much spring we're going to put in there. Okay, so yep, got all of the screws out of there, or at least loosened up enough that I can get the shell apart. Let's go ahead and take this part off here, and then I'm going to go ahead and take the grip part off of here. Yeah, and this is what I was saying. It's just so simple to lose this. Just take that out of there. It's gone. I may do something to fill in that little space there. I'll show you a little later. I paracorded the grip, the handle here on both of my, the titanium and my Powerball, and it works out real nicely. This one I really wanted to do it too because it has kind of a thin grip too. In fact, the whole blaster has a whole kind of thin profile to it. So just make it bigger, beefier in my hands. I got big hands, and I could definitely use that, and that's why I like that. A few of my blasters I have paracord wrapped, and it just looks good and it feels real comfortable. But yeah, I'll probably show you that a little bit later. But yeah, just taking a look at this and how easy it is going to be to get the spring out of there. It's really super, super simple. I can take out that mechanism. Nope, I don't even have to do that. I just got to take out this like that. Okay. And then that's done. We're going to re-lube that all up and everything. I am not going to be removing the AR from this blaster, and I am also not going to be padding the plunger head on this blaster. Inside there, they have a little bit of different deal as far as like an air restrictor in there, and it's not really different, but it has a space that at the end of the plunger that fits right into here. So that kind of makes its own, it kind of fills in the space on its own, and if I were to put a pad in there, I'm probably just going to blow the whole thing out. I know that because I did it on a Powerball. First time I ever bought a Powerball, there it was, $20 down there at Dollar General. Opened it up, said, hey, I can throw a chunk of K26 in there, put it in there, patted the plunger head like I did, and it blasted great for about 4 or 5 shots. And then the whole AR, pusher rod, and everything just flew forward and out the barrel. So yeah, we don't want to do that. But we do want to cut a nice chunk of K25. That's what I'm going to put in here. Now this one, I've noticed this spring doesn't have a lot of pre-compression in it. It's kind of, and it's, let's put that back there. I want to see something here. Let's see how much. How much space do we actually have? Yeah, there's really not much to the pre-compression here. A little fuzz inside that. Wow. There is seriously was fuzz on the there is fuzz on the inside of this blaster here. So yeah, so here we are. I've got the spring out and everything, and I'm about to get my K25 out here. And I do want to cut a length of K25 that is the same length as the stock spring over here, okay? So now Directed, when he did his video, he got 12 coils of K25 in there. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. See, that's what I thought. You can get another one there. It looked like he had a little bit of room to get another one in there. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that and cut it and get me a nice chunk of, looks like 13 coils of K26. Yeah, that'll be fine to fit in there. This one fit a little bit loosely, so we might get a little bit of pre-compression and everything in there, but I think we can get away. Yeah, we can definitely get away with 12.5, 13 coils of K25 in here. Okay, so I'm gonna go cut that and I'll be right back. Okay, so yeah, I've got my chunk of K25 all cut nicely to 13 coils. I cut it and then I ground off with my Dremel tool, ground it off, kind of got it a little bit more smooth there, so there's nothing there. And then I kind of squared down, bent down that just a little bit, just for a little bit of extra added protection on this. And we are ready to go ahead and get the spring on there and into this blaster. Okay. This should be really simple. This is going to be easy. This is going to be a good upgrade, I can tell already. Yeah, I like this. I like where we're going with this. I like that fit on there so nicely, and pretty much kind of like the way the stock spring did. You could probably get away with a couple more coils on this. I like to go safe on this. Like I said, after the first time I ever blew out a Powerball, I decided I got to be a little bit conservative and safe on these blasters. But other than that, they can be really, really powerful. We have a nice spring in there, okay? So that's real good. But let's go ahead and, like I said, I already lubed up that part here. And I'm going to go ahead and, let's go ahead and lube up this part, or the plunger head rather. Make sure I don't get any hairs on that. I think that was the hairs I just had on the other one. Jeez. Couldn't believe that. Find all kinds of fibers and hairs or something from the factory right in the blaster. Okay, so get a good nice amount of white lithium grease on there. Get this all well lubed and sealed, best that we can. Doesn't have to be too messy or anything like that, of course. I don't want any fibers, foreign objects, particulate matter, nothing like that on here. Okay, that should be real good. Okay, and our spring is ready to go. I believe we got to go this way. Slide that straight in, down here. We should slide everything forward over here. Oop, there we go. There it is, fitting in there. Is that all in? That's all in. Snaps into place very nicely, I believe. Oh, we need to get that one. This needs to go like this, though. Okay. There we go. So that all lines up real nicely once again, and there we go. I believe that's it. Hey, the spring is in there. Okay, this is looking real good. This is looking really just fine. We've got the safety taken out, and now I can give you a better look at the internals here. Make sure all of our springs are in place. Okay, and we'll go ahead and, we got to take out the rest of the safety mechanism there. Yes, spring and everything on the trigger will work just fine without that. And we're looking good. That looks real good. And this is going to give you guys a real good look at the internals here. I'm going to get a little bit closer. Let's take a look. Take a look at those internals, because I didn't really get to them before. And like I said, what we've taken out the safety mechanism and the little safety trigger here. Those are now gone, and then that's going to work. See, everything's going to work just fine. Now all the springs are in place. Everybody looks good here. And like I said, I'm happy. That spring's in there. This should work. And I think it's about time to button it all up and see what we've got. Yep, everything is all screwed back together. It all went back together very easily, very smooth, very nice. Everything just went right back in place. This is a simple upgrade. I really like this. I think we're going to get some good results here, but we're about to find out. Oh, yeah, that's a nice prime on that. Not too heavy. That's what I like, not too heavy or anything. And go ahead and get that. And that opened up pretty stiff that time. Hopefully everything's all right in there. I'm going to put in here, let's put in 4 of the blue rounds. And then I'm going to put in 4 orange proton rounds. And then the first 2 are going to be regular Adventure Force rounds. Okay, so yeah, we'll see how those end up. The proton rounds tend to fly a little bit faster out of a lot of blasters, and it depends. Sometimes on springers, they also are the ones that are going to fly the most wild. So that's all together. I should have. See, I always forget that to close that door again. So the first time I shoot this, it may not fire anything at all, but let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna get a dry fire. You gotta remember to do that. Close that door there. Okay, that's there, because then it resets that button right there. I always forget that. It's there. You gotta open that door and remember to close it. You know, I'm just always tend to want to, once they're filled, I just want to shove the priming grip all the way forward again and forget that I'm not really going to load it if I do that. So let's say our first fire here. 120 even. 120 even. Pretty nice results, considering we started at 67.3 average with a max of like 81 feet per second. Okay. Let's get our second shot going here. 118.4. I want to get that a little bit more square on there. 123 even. 123 even. Oh, I'm not gonna, yeah. I didn't quite get a prime on that one. My hand, it's hot here and my hands are sweaty after working on that and running around here. 120 again. Okay. 120 again. Staying very, very consistent though. 124.9. Oh, I kind of pulled a little bit on that one. 130.5. Okay, I had a bad one in there, 113 though. This will be the last shot. Yeah, 112. I think that one bounced off of there too. So that's going to give us kind of a little bit of funny readings as far as our average and everything goes. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah. So we had that 130 max. We had a minimum of 112.1 and an average of 120.5. So that's real good. You know, I'm real happy with that average. I think we can make that a whole lot better though. I think we can get better average. I had a couple bad shots in there, you know, 112, 113. I want to try this again and see if we can't get a little bit better results. But that was pretty good with the proton rounds. I'll be right back. Yep, I went back and I did another chronograph test on this, and I really got basically the same results on it, so I didn't want to bore you with running through that again. Just I was having a hard time. It felt like holding this level up to that chronograph right now today and getting it to fly through there all nice and straight and everything. But yeah, it's looking pretty good there. This is doing just fine. I took a couple distance shots while I had a little bit of time. I was taking a little bit of break, and they are flying straight. I mean, straight. That's a nice blaster. Adventure Force has always done a really good job of having blasters there that are a little more accurate than others. I gotta say that. You know, right here, my titanium is one of my favorite ones, and I wanted to show you guys that I'm going to paracord wrap this to fill in that hole where we had the safety at. We'll go ahead and we'll fill that in. I might even put just a little piece of like flex tape over top of that or something just to smooth it out, keep that from anything going inside there, dust, what have you, going inside the blaster. And then I'll paracord wrap that up, and that'll make it nice and comfortable because that is a very skinny handle for my hands. So yeah, and when you put the extra added, you know, spring weight on there, you know, it gets a little bit more uncomfortable, and you want to have a nice grip on it, and that definitely helps out here. And same thing on my Powerball, they're just really nice and comfortable, fit in my hand real nice. A little bit of paracord wrapping is always a fun thing to do and everything. This one I've even padded up a little bit. It's super comfortable. Then these ones that I may even do this with this one. My titanium, I've got this on here. These are fitness belts that I got at Dollar General for like $5 a piece, and I've been seeing some pink ones they have online for sale, and they want $20 a piece for them. Okay, each one of the pockets on this can hold at least 20 rounds, probably a few more. At least 20 rounds in each one of these pockets. There are 4 of these pockets. So yeah, conceivably I can be carrying 80 extra rounds of ammo right there in my sling. And what I'm thinking I need to use these for, when I go to Ragnarok Oktoberfest, you know, how many sock bombs? I had 2 or 3, easy, not 4. Sock bombs I can fit in each one of those, at least a couple, you know, 2 or 3 sock bombs in each one of those compartments. Great way to carry those around. They're real easy to get open when you're wearing it and everything kind of stays in there real nice, you know. So yeah, there's an idea. There's something for you. There's something for you to check out. But I feel like we got a good success here. What do we have? About a 120.9 average on this. 121, we'll say. That's real good. That is really nice. I was looking at my numbers on these ones, and I believe this one I got an average right around 125 average on that one, and this one, the Powerball, I believe was an average of like 117. So they do pretty good on themselves. And this one with a chunk of K25, that's nice to see that. About a 120.9 average. We'll say 120, 121. That's pretty cool. And like I said, shooting straight and, you know, not too terribly hard to prime. Pretty easy still. That's pretty nice. Cranks together real well. I like it. Much more of an improvement over that 67.3 average that we had the other day when we did a review on this. So yeah, I'm happy with it. We got a real good blaster there. Definitely going to be a fun one to play with. I enjoyed making this video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed watching it and can take a second to give me a like on this. Little thumbs up always helps me out. You guys take care, and I'll see you in my next video.